Good morning, guys. Eric is actually in the office today, so you get my pretty face over here. You're welcome. Beautiful. All right, guys, let's start with some wins. Who has some good stuff going on over there right now? Who wants to start us off? This isn't the first time we've done this.
I have a win.
Joy.
I'm not in Florida anymore where it's miserably hot.
You know, some people live there just for that, right? Their skin is fresh, right? Like it's moist. But I mean, I live in Houston, so I understand the struggle. So, but it's beautiful where you're from right now up in Minnesota. You need to stay up there. You need to go to Florida in the winter time. That's what you do, man. You just went during the wrong time.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, that is a good win and stuff there. You're back home and it's beautiful up there in Minnesota right now where you're at. Wonderful. Who else has a win for us?
Well, I can say I'll second that. I try to be in Florida in the winter and then Washington in the summer, but I go back and forth. And I've got a win. My son Dalton and I closed on an REO property on Friday that had flood and hurricane damage. So that was a first for us. And you know, it's done, closed, happy.
Beautiful. You know, I've had some agents in Colorado that have had some properties similar to that. You know, follow up with the investors. Most of the time, that's going to be a fix and flip type opportunity. Look, what if I could show you, you know, our REO inventory before it hits the market? With that interest, like, could I add some value by helping you acquire more homes and then me helping you relist those homes and stuff as well? So huge. All right, who has their third win for the day, guys? I will wait as long as you guys will.
Well, just I guess not a specific win, I suppose, but just momentum, I guess, with the agent attraction and whatnot. So I'm on the waiting list for the next fast attract or whatever, or whenever when you were talking about it earlier, but it's not open currently. But just I guess thankful for the you know, the momentum that's coming.
Yeah. And if you guys aren't signed up for that, so Fast Cap has been like the attraction-based model for experienced agents, for new agents alike, that's getting some great results, getting people into action, getting people following up, holding them accountable. It's a 6-week course. Fast Attract is going to be something similar for those that are interested in building a business, right? Adding value to others and stuff like that. So I know there's probably 10 to 20 in our group that are signed up for that. I don't know what it's like. They've been asking for content and stuff from me and others that, you know, are in the alphas and betas here at EXP, like what we do, how we do it. So it's going to be a combination of everything that we're doing. And, you know, a lot of you guys weren't on our attraction call earlier today, but like revenue share is life-changing. Like it's this compound effect that will set things up. And as we get busier and busier in REO, this is the way that we leverage it to create a business that lasts forever. So I'm a huge advocate, but I'm always here to help you guys out on anything on that side. This Friday, so thank you for the participation on the wins and stuff there. This Friday, we're going to have PIMCO on our mastermind call for this Friday. PIMCO Capital, a lot of you guys know PIMCO from the HUD contract, and they still have the HUD contract in a couple of states. I don't know which ones, but their market share has definitely decreased a little. But PIMCO Capital is one of our partners on this side that many of you guys have done BPOs and stuff for. And so they are acquiring assets every single day. They basically raised a lot of money. Now they have to spend it. They're a nonprofit, so they can buy CWCOTs. And lots of times they'll ask our group, or they'll come to me and say, hey, who do we have in this area? They'll ask for a quick evaluation. If they win that bid and get it, you get the listing back. You don't get paid anything for the BPO and stuff on the front side. This is about getting the listing. You guys don't have to do it, right? Like, it's not anything that's forced or anything like that. I would do it because you want to be their go-to and stuff in that area. And they have to have the evaluation so that way they can figure out what to bid on the property and stuff there. So PIMCO will be there. We are having some big conversations with 2 other asset management companies that also own brokerages and stuff like that, and starting to walk down that path, which would just add to everything that we have going right now already. But let's kind of open it up. Those were some of the updates that I wanted to make sure that I got across to everybody. What else are you guys seeing out there right now? Anybody see the new REO organization pop up yesterday? REOX.
I saw that. Are you talking about Tom's thing?
Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anybody want to give a shot at anybody know much about REOX that they want to share? So this was REOX. I actually have a call with them later today as well. So this is like, these founding members are the same people that started the 5-Star Institute. And when they left the 5-Star Institute, they had a non-compete in their contract for 5 years. Like, I don't know what the time frame was. Now that non-compete is up, and they don't feel that 5-Star Institute is giving them a ton of value right now. So they're restarting their own organization. So here's the thing. They're not going to be able to guarantee anything. I can tell you a lot of these people, like, they've done this once already. I think the timing is right for where the market and stuff is. And these folks have a lot of relationships and stuff there. Like, I know I've talked with a couple of you guys already. I think they're charging a monthly fee though. Is that right?
Yes, they are, like 135 or something like that.
125.
Yeah.
$125, right? So again, it's risk versus reward. I don't know. Lots of times, like, I bet on the horses, right? Like, these are some really strong horses. It may be a little bit premature, as we've seen, like, our inventory ebb and flow and stuff like that. But, you know, Wendy and I were talking over the weekend, and Wendy, what did you mention? Like, I know that we do a lot on the evaluation side and stuff like that as well. And, you know, Asset Val tells you what type of BPO it is, for a foreclosure, for a refinance, for an opinion, or this or that. And what have you seen in this last week in the Oregon area, Wendy?
Yeah, AVM was on fire for about 4 days. I think I got over 200 orders between Oregon and Washington, and about 80% of them, which is brand new, said foreclosure on them. So the tide appears to be turning, and when AVM loses it and just goes wild, it's usually a massive thing.
Now, AVM does not assign, they are strictly evaluations. I've talked to them and I'm like, hey, you guys have all the relationships. Like, what if we did like an asset management side? That they didn't really want to expand their business plan. But again, these are just leading indicators. right? We talk about those shifts in the market and stuff quite a bit, right? We have consumer debt at an all-time high right now. We have auto default loans at an all-time high. What just happened with the United States credit rating for the first time in history?
Downgraded. Yeah.
Just got downgraded for the first time in history. Like since they put that together. Like, not to be political, but that's not a good thing, right? Like, I don't care like what anybody, like that is not a good thing because that causes interest rates and stuff to go up. Like that affects a lot of what we can do, right? And we've been preaching that, man, this should have happened 3 or 4 years ago, but we had these moratoriums in place. I truly feel like there's a lot of mortgage in default, but they're being hidden as forbearance agreements, loan modifications, workouts. They're just being labeled something else. As we start to see things like what Wendy just indicated, like 200 BPOs in 1 week, that's massive for AVM. Like Wendy and I are tracking this stuff on a weekly basis and stuff right now, and like that's massive, right? Like these are leading indicators and stuff here, and this is where, look, we're gonna have a foothold, right? We have 8 different asset management companies in our group and stuff. Like we will all have those opportunities, but this is where you guys going out, you know, and creating new opportunities, new relationships. Who are the next players? Who are buying these properties? Who are listing? Like, get ahead of these curves and make sure that you're applied for all of these different ones, because they don't need you until they do. And when they do, it's like, they're not going to call and say, hey, can you apply? They're going to go and say, oh, Karen's in our network, right? She's been in our network for some time. Let's give her a shot. That's when you knock it out of the park. And if you don't know how to do that, then make sure that you reach out to us and stuff like that, so we can help walk you through it and stuff. But the market is shifting, and it's shifting relatively quickly. So make sure that we're staying ahead of that. You know, I think the notice of defaults and stuff is a huge opportunity right now. We just rolled out the seller lead program. Does everybody here know about that? No? Yes, no, there's a very lack of engagement here.
I
So
missed the question.
Does everybody here know about the new seller leads and stuff that we have now available within our group?
So it's officially launched? I didn't know if it's officially launched yet, but I've heard
So
about it.
we're officially piecing it together. I'm more of an advocate. Like, I will start running before my shoes are tied, and then we'll pick up the pieces and be like, oh, I should have tied my shoes. But what I don't want to be, like, we have access to it, right? We have access to it, so I can run leads anywhere. We have access. We had ESO on our last call. So if you guys need, this is what I'm recommending. I'll give you guys kind of the short process for it. That way you guys can tap into it if you want it right now. The first step is going to be to email Kathy. I'm putting Kathy's email in the system, in the chat box right now. So Kathy's my assistant. The first step is going to be to email Kathy and say, hey, Kathy, I would like to take advantage of the seller leads, and you need to tell her your area. I'm in Houston, Texas. I want leads in 77450, etc. This can be like, we don't have a cap on what we can pull, right? These leads are going to come from different places and stuff like that. All of these leads have been identified as seller leads, where they listed on them online somewhere. And there's about 8 different websites that they go to pull these leads, where they found a listed property that is not on the MLS. Some of them we have more information. If it was a for sale by owner on Zillow or a Craigslist or this or that. But my recommendation is that Kathy will take that. Will upload it into a Google Docs. And we're working with Robert Weichelt. Right now, she'll send you the leads. In the near future, I would like it uploaded into a Google Doc, because my only requirement, look, I'm not asking anybody to pay for these or anything like that. We invested $6,000 for these. I just want us to use them and have a success story on them. That is all that I want right now. So in return for that, I would like to make sure that you're on Robert Weichelt's accountability call on Wednesday to track and measure. Okay, what are people saying? What kind of scripts are we using? What's working? What's not working? What I'm recommending, if somebody has Robert's Wednesday call, if they could post that in the chat box, that would be amazing, because I don't know if I have that handy. But what I'm recommending is that you take all of these properties and you run them through Easy Street Offers, who I had on my call. Thank you very much, Angela. I appreciate it. What time is that call, Angela?
It's at 1 p.m. Pacific, so that would be 4 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, so 4 p.m. EST. All right, so first step is email Kathy. She'll get you guys, she'll get you the leads. Second step is make sure that you have that call in built into your calendar. If you have iList or something like that, you can use that platform for the offers. If not, we had Dan Nomla from Easy Street Offers, and Easy Street Offers has, I mean, man, hundreds of institutional investors. So I'm getting PIMCO into Easy Street Offers because they get over 400 properties every single day submitted to their site. It's a national site. It's owned by Fidelity. It's free for agents to use and stuff there. Literally use that link. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. But now you can take these properties, submit it into the system, and have an offer on every one of these properties. So I would not call and say, like, hey, heard you're looking to do this, or like, I wouldn't call and say, hey, you're not listed with an agent, want to list your home? Like, look, if you did that for 100 people, somebody would, you'd get lucky and somebody would say yes. I think there's ways to get much higher volume. So what I would recommend and stuff on that is you have an offer in hand, and then you reach out and you say, hey, Maggie, look, I know that you're not listed with an agent, and I don't want to be a listing agent. I have buyers that are looking to make it like for properties in your area, and there's a lack of inventory right now. I have some people that want to make an offer, but in order for me to get you the highest offer, it would take 5 or 10 minutes for me to walk through your property, take some pictures, ask some specific questions. Maggie, I'm assuming that you want the highest offer on your property, right? Most people are going to say yes. Great. What's the best time to do this or this? You give them a couple of options, set the appointment. That is the whole goal of that first call. And just to confirm, if I bring you an offer that fits your needs and stuff, that's something that you're willing to compensate me for, correct? Beautiful. Set the appointment, go say, great, it's going to take me about 48 hours to put these offers and stuff together. You already have offers in hand on that, and it's going to have a number of them depending on where you're at. But now you can go back, say, look, this is the offer that we have on the table. A lot, like as I was doing some research, listing it on the market could probably net you more. I think you could list at this price, and this could be your net proceeds, right? Like, do any of these work for you? And you're just providing options, and you're getting in front of a lot of people. So I've had great success with that script. Look, if you want to try something else, do it. Like, it's not costing you anything or anything like that, but just use the system and stuff at the end of the day, right? Like, their leads, like, set, like once you gather their, like the info that we get is their address and their phone numbers and their names. We don't have their email addresses. Hey, could I email you over some information about your neighborhood, right? Like, you know, before I do that, could I grab your email address just to confirm our appointment? I'll shoot you over a confirmation. You're gathering info. Put them into your CRM on a monthly follow-up that just sends them all the sold properties in there in those areas. Like if you do that to 10, 20, 30 people a week, like at some point, somebody's gonna be like, okay, now I'm ready to list, and you're gonna be the one that's constantly in front of them. You can continue to make your system better by connecting with them on social media, by following up with text, by following up with email, by following up with video. But like, let's just talk about the basics right now. If you can do those basics every single day, it will produce results. I guarantee it. Maybe not the first day, not that like, look, it's about building this pipeline and being there when they're ready for it. So again, it's as live as we need it to be right this second. Again, I will try and formalize something that Kathy can send out. Let me write myself a note on that.
Hey, Larry,
Yes, ma'am.
where are these leads coming from?
So this is through the Rink system here. So it's a data scrubber that we bought access to. So these are all of the searches and stuff that we've done so far. Rink scrubs from a lot of different places on the internet. We can do it just for Google, for Facebook, for Zillow, for Craigslist, etc. Right? So let's say we were here. I'm going to do Oregon. And then I'm going to do Portland. I'm going to Google housing. All housing wanted. For sale. Oh, come on. That was anticlimactic. So, go back and do that one more time. So this would be for like Craigslist. So let me just do that one more time here real quick. I'm going to choose Portland. I'm going to choose housing. Let me just type in FSBO. And so it's going to run a report, and then I'll be able to send you that report directly. So it's LinkedIn, Craigslist, Zillow, Yellow Pages, Facebook, Google My Business page. But these are all people that have listed their homes somewhere on the internet, but they're not on the MLS. Writing myself a note, sends instructions.
Larry, can we get Kathy's email address also?
I thought that I had put that in there. No.
It is in the chat already.
Yeah, Kathy
Yeah, it's in the
at
chat.
Oh, sorry.
REL. No problem. It gets buried and stuff, so I'll put it back at the top. For leads. So when you reach out, she will not have like the formal instructions and stuff that we just went through. I will put that together and stuff there. And here's the thing, guys, like if you have team members, right? If business is a little bit slow, like shit, start pulling some leads, having them make some calls. Like let's stimulate. You go on listing appointments and stuff with them. You know, if you're using this for attraction, look, I got seller leads in a system. You combine this with like FastCap, I think that would be a dangerous tool and stuff as well. So I wanted to make sure that we highlighted that. Jeff Russell wants to talk about the freedom of choice, huh?
Yeah, we've had to be closed-lipped about that for the last 3 weeks, and now it's official, so we can talk about it.
Yes. So one of the things that Jeff and I were in a mastermind call last week, the week before, I don't know.
Dallas.
Yeah, in Dallas. I know it was in Dallas. I just don't like all the time runs together. But one of the things that EXP is doing is they're doing freedom of choice. So we basically have the month of June to figure out what platform we want to be on. But we're going to have the option for Lofty, for Close, or Trailhead, which those were voted on by EXP agents are the ones that are most used, the ones that are most wanted, etc. Each of those would be $500 plus a month. KV Core is going away. If you do not pick something, you will automatically be transitioned into Trailhead. I'm looking a lot at Lofty. I think all of them have AI and stuff built into it. But I know a lot of people, I've coached a lot of people that have used Lofty and stuff in the past, but they're going to have trainings here this month to kind of walk through all of them. So that way you can kind of figure that out. If you use, KV Core is Bold Trail. Okay, so it's transitioning the name and stuff then. And so that should be an easy transition if you want to keep using that, which is helpful. The other thing is, this is, Jeff is a big advocate of Lofty as well. He's currently using Follow Up Boss, which a lot of teams and stuff use. I can tell you this is kind of off the record, but there will be a huge discount for those that use Follow Up Boss and stuff as well in the near future. I don't know how much or anything, but it will be much better than any promotion or anything that they are running. So
Yep.
that's a big deal. What you got, Jeff?
But again, I would just say if you're thinking of which one to use for your business, and you're not already married to one like I am, unfortunately, I can't move. It would just be too much money and heartache and a lot of other reasons. But anyway, I would definitely go for Lofty, because that is the cream of the crop out there. All of my coaching clients use it, and most really good high producing teams and agents use Lofty. So I just want to make sure you guys heard my opinion.
Yes.
And when can we sign up for that?
So there should be communication and stuff that starts going out. I saw something from Leo. So again, this month they're going to start having classes and stuff for that. So check your EXP email address or email account on CRM of choice. That again, there's already been a little bit of communication, but there will be a lot more, because they'll want everybody to kind of solidify that that's using the CRM and wants to use the CRM before that. So if I get some information, I'll make sure that we include that in the weekly newsletter and stuff as well. And then we'll talk about it back on this call a little bit more at the same time. Anything else? Our 30 minutes has come and gone really quickly. Anything else that I can chat about before I have to jump on my next call?
Thank you, Larry.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. Eric will be back next week. And if you guys need anything, call, text, or email me. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.